Hey guys, welcome back to Obduction, and we have been going through the forest jungle world, and there's a lot of these machines which use these patterns, and they create bridges, and they unlock doors, and I sort of brute force my way through it, and I'm trying to understand why it worked. Maybe I should have been entering in these patterns, because I think I was entering in things similar to that, but I don't want to mess with it because I got my bridges, and I don't want to break the bridges. Anyway, these bridges led us to two teleporters, two seeds, that both go to Hunrath. And usually, if they're so close together, that means they'll be close together in the other world as well. So, only one way to find out. Let's open this up, press the button, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe somewhere new, maybe somewhere old. Welsian Core, GameTube, Reeve, Savage Carrot, Pablano Pepper, Devnol, Holy Order of Dragons. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with me. Let me just bring this up. We'll just enjoy these Unreal Engine particles. Now, I'd say the particles look a little bit raw, but this screen already lags, so I don't think they should add any more effects to it. Here we go, into Hunrath. Where do we end up? Here. In the scrapyard. Why would we need that? Okay. So if we grab the other one, what happens? I mean, it should just like appear next to this, right? Are we trying to bring something from the scrapyard into that world? What was there before? I mean, the scrapyard would just have some boxes or something, right? Let's try this one. So this one's larger. This one has a larger sphere of coverage, which means this might encompass the rail track? Maybe? This brought the whole room, right, because it is bigger. So I've now teleported all of those boxes and stuff into the other world, but also this wall is no longer there. Okay, which means if I go back with the smaller one, we might be able to walk right through. Because this spherical wall is not there anymore. Alright, alright. Let's see where this leads us. The symbol, welcome back. There we go. The sphere is gone. This junk is still here. Okay, we figured it out. Things just don't quite line up when you're teleporting chunks of worlds. Alright, so this leads out to the other side. We brought some of the scrap with us, that's fine. A button. 2 more buttons. Oh, it's an elevator. Okay. So now we're in somewhere entirely new. And again, we got fork in the path. Guess we'll have a look up here. This looks nearby and interesting. Are these? Oh, so we're starting to use seeds as puzzles. No, I understand. This looks like it's going to open something up in Hunrath as well. And another bridge this way. Okay. And what does this button do? Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. It goes both ways. Okay. I understand the basics of that puzzle. Let's look the other way. I like to get my bearings to see what all our options are. Oh, this is lovely. Look at that. Despite the performance issues, pretty much anywhere you look is a screenshot. I mean, like, if I just look here, that's great. Look here, that's great. Look here. And if you look at it in a gallery, it looks great. Look at that. This interface is still horrible for looking at your photos though. And I'll tell you why this is horrible. This button is in the top right corner. Then there's nothing there. These buttons are in the middle. Right? But then to go back, you have to go to the other side of the screen in the bottom left corner. And now if you want to return to the game, it's in the middle again. So you're going like middle, top right, bottom left, middle. I mean, the buttons are all over the screen. Pretty game. Interface could use a little work. It's just how much you have to move your mouse to get things done. So can I walk up here? No? Is this a dead end? This looks like a dead end for now, but I expect that rock to disappear. I bet there's a teleporter up there or something. Is that something? No? Alright, so we've got one place to go, which is this rotating teleporter puzzle. And then there's 2 bridges. One goes on top of that rock, which is the dead end. Okay. And then one goes to that platform, which I don't know why. That's where the red laser was. Yeah, that's the red laser that we destroyed. Why do we need to get there? Okay, so this rotation, I gotta check. Is it 180 degrees only? Okay. So I expect we do have to rotate that at least once. So if I... How large is this sphere? The whole thing. Alright, let's teleport the whole thing. So, although this transition effect is rather pretty, people were saying that as you continue to play the game, you get tired of it. And I can see why, considering there are actual puzzles that deal with it. Now, we just transported the whole room. Not quite the whole room, it didn't take the walls. But where are we? Where is this? That looks important. What's that blue thing? Where are we in Hunrath? I know where we are. Just outside the scrapyard, there were like little grates looking down, and you could just hear wind coming up through them. We're underneath the scrapyard area. Okay, but this doesn't seem all that useful, but let's try take this one back and see what we've transported to the forest world. Still wearing a Jeezy shirt? Yeah, it's comfortable. It's the one I got off my I set up a store, but yeah, I bought this just to test if it works. It works, and this quality is quite nice. It's comfortable. It's the most comfortable t-shirt I own. Did I ever play Riven? Yes, I did. I don't know if I ever finished it. Now, we're back here. Does the rotating button still work? It totally does. Did I find out anything about the dead alien? No. Nothing new on that. Okay, so we brought a bunch of rock to this side. Not necessarily the most useful of things. We could, let's just... So this is a very small area. At least the load times are pretty quick. Was that always there? How did we get this thing to appear? Wait, I teleported the whole room here. Then I teleported back with this. The radius isn't the same, that's true. So let me check. Is this working? I know this pattern sort of works. Okay, so basically it seems to be... I found this paper as well. So that's 158. Let me try that. The top two there, and then I connect those. Okay. Is it like that? So from the right corner, up, back down, connect to the bottom right corner. Is it like this? Is that correct? It's so hard to... But it doesn't connect to the edge on the right side. And this connects, right? Yeah. So this is 158. Okay. Yeah, there isn't a specific code. Yeah, it seems like it's not a specific code. It's just a number thing. So if I look at this again, so I'm assuming that's 1, right? So if I enter in 1, That should be 1, right? Let me just... Oh no, it's the 2 middle ones. So this is the number 1. There is 1 piece there. Okay. Devno, you're saying stuff about the patterns, but I want to understand it, okay? So there's this. This should be the highest number then. Okay, so if I connect that one, then V on the bottom, and then dot on the right corner. So it should be like that. V on the bottom. And then I think it was like that. But it connected like that. And I think these connected. Oh no, not the right side there, not the top left side there. So this is that? Alright, so it does look like bigger number the better. The numbers on the worksheets aren't in order. Yeah, I'm just assuming the more complicated pattern was a higher number. Okay, so basically I do need a higher number, but for me to test the numbers, it's the number converter is back at the Hunrath garage, right? Okay. So I just gotta try figure out the biggest number possible. I could brute force my way. There we go. Big number's better. Okay, that's good. Oh, I can't read that. Hello, Oleg. The gauntlet area is complex. It was meant to be the villain intended... Oh, it was meant to be. The villain intended it to provide friction. The idea is to slow down any mass movement within the world. Now that we have begun to have suspicions, you'll notice that they have reformed and extruded entire areas to confuse and slow down any mass attack. Your task will be to reset all the locks in the gauntlet before being podded? Podded, right, Farley. That's the lady, I think. Please keep this to yourself. I use the shade of blue ink that is not easily visible to the Mofang. And then there's those circles. Okay. All right. So I can now teleport this, if I'm not mistaken. And I should bring this with me, right? But I don't know where... Oh, right. I started by teleporting the whole big area and swapping it with Hunrath. So that panel was there originally, and now it's here. Okay. So it should be the same pattern for every bridge, but I don't know what pattern would create the largest possible number, because I need to go back to... I'm just going to do something similar to what I did just now, because I need to figure out... No, just just combine things. We'll see what happens. Okay, press that. Did that? Not quite? Not quite. Sophie W, welcome to the stream. We're trying to figure out how to translate these into big numbers, but I know how to figure it out, but I'm not bothering to go back and find out. Let's try that. So I'm just brute forcing my way. Did it work? It worked. So why do we need to be here? Or do we not need to be here? This is just the red laser. Like, we couldn't have gotten here without destroying this first. Can we see anything from here? That's the ship that we shot this from. Wait, no, that's the one, I think, that we shot it from. Right? Are there 3 ships? Like, we came from one over there. So we have not been to that one, as far as I understand. Okay. So now we need to get this side. So if I swap here... Nope, let's pull that. If I swap this, then come back the other way, there should be another thing, right? Wait, no. I need to rotate it. My mistake. But it might be easier if I bring this whole thing back. That wouldn't work. Because that would teleport... oh, my throat. That would teleport the panel as well. I forgot I can rotate the room. The game looks hard. It's not actually that hard. Because although puzzle games can be very difficult and you can get stuck, through Obduction, I have never once been stuck. There's always been somewhere new I could go. If I was stuck on one side, you could always just go to the other side. I see the problem. So that means I need to get rid of all this rock, right? So if I teleport this whole thing, yeah, even Pablo Pepe says, even though when the game gets hard, it just looks so beautiful, you don't really get mad at it. It's just like, well, I guess I'll look at the scenery for a while. Okay, so I teleported the whole thing back, and now I want to take this back to bring the console. Maybe a cup of coffee will help your throat? Yeah, maybe it's just a little cold. Alright, so now the room should be clean of rock. Except for that, which is fine. And then we can rotate the room. And now this is on this side, which we can now just put some pattern which I hope will make... The highest number I know is something like this. But it's not quite like that. It's something like that. Let's just press it. See what we get. Yeah, the number I know is always 1 short. So, what is a slightly larger number? Like if I do that. Not quite. Like, what I don't understand, so far I know larger numbers are better, but the bridges aren't just straight up bridges. There's actually 4 different states, I think. There's a blank state. There's one where there's like a metal frame. There's this little blue energy thing. And then there's the blue energy thing with the stone. There's 4 different states each piece of the bridge can exist in. And I don't know how the number translates to each piece. Because there's how many pieces? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces here. So I don't know how the number, like a 3 or 4 digit number, converts to 5 different pieces with 4 different states. There's 3 states of bridge. No bridge is a state as well, so there's 4 states. 0, like I'm counting 0 as a number. So there's 0, which is nothing. Then 1, which is the frame. 2, which is the just the blue. And 3, which is the blue and the stone. But then there's 5 pieces. And you can see here, it's like stone, stone, no stone, blank, no stone. So I'm not sure how that translates right now. But it seems like we know a big enough number to get us close for us to sort of brute force it. Let's do that. Let's cut that. Try that. Did it. Okay. And we have another teleporter. Is this... I don't think it's a dead end. I think there is something behind this. This would teleport us to the other side of the bridge in Hunrath, which... if we want that bridge, we need to activate it from this side first. So let's do this. I know that there's a mechanism that teaches how the numbers work, yeah. It's the converter in the workshop in Hunrath, which shows you what shape makes what number. And you could type in a number and convert it to a shape as well. But what I don't understand is how the number converts to 5 pieces of bridge, which has 4 states each. So there's a total of... it would be, 5 times 20. 5 times 4, which is 20 different states. Or at least 20 different variables-ish. You know what I mean. Anyway. We'll start with our usual... I know this number, which is like that, which is like that. And this connects here, and that connects there, which gets us all but 1 piece of the bridge, if I am understanding correctly. Yes. Okay, good. And also, it's not just the states of the bridge. Sometimes it's like out of the 5 pieces, the 3rd one is blank, but then the 4th one and 5th one are there. So it's also the positioning of the pieces. There's a lot more than 20 states for the bridge, I know that. It's like, there's 4 states each, so it'll be 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And then, would you times again for the positioning? Unfortunately, we can't jump the rest of the way. It would be nice if we could, but we can't do that. I gotta figure out what I do here to get the last bit in. Like, does that work? That does not work. Just gotta try and... almost. Let's try that. I should really record when I do something right. when I get it right. I'm just... come on, just... did it. Okay. Like, the problem is, whenever you press the button, the shape changes. So, I don't remember what I put in. Anyway, let's see what's on the other side of this bridge on the Hunrath side first. Is this opening up a shortcut? It's locked. The shortcut is... There's a shortcut to here. And a dead end? Okay. I wonder where this connects to. This might be on the other side of the river. I'm guessing. Alright, but we got that bridge down, so let's go back to the rainforest world. The shape changes because the panel has an autocorrect. It converts your input into a real Villain number. So the shape on the panel right now is the actual Villain number. Oh, okay. So we'll be able to test that on the next bridge. So this should be a correct number to get a complete bridge. Okay, we should be able to test that. Okay, so now we want to try this, see what this does. When I teleport this, I want to come back to here. And to come back to here, I'm gonna need one of these in the other world. So I gotta teleport the big one. Gotta teleport this, so it'll bring the other two with me. And then I'll take this one back to the rainforest world. Okay. You see my thinking? Sophie W, you're not sure what's happening. Yeah. It's a little difficult to understand, like puzzle games, especially like these sorts of first-person puzzlers and puzzle games in general. It's a very... Well, in educational terms, it's scaffolding, right? It builds a little block on top of each other, so it sort of establishes a rule mentally in your head. Like, this is a rule in this game, okay. And then they add something that builds on top of that rule, right? So like in Portal, right? When you start out, they only give you one color portal. They don't give you two. They give you like the blue one. I think you start with the blue one. And then you just have the blue one. And saying, okay, you can walk through walls. That's a rule in Portal. You shoot a hole, you go through. And then they give you the second color for the gun. And so shooting the blue and the orange by yourself, that builds on the first bit of information that's by that point implanted in your mind. So since you're sort of coming in now, like you're missing all those building blocks and you're just seeing the one like up there. That's why it's very confusing. But yeah, that's it takes time to understand. Like understanding how these seeds work. Like if you just join now, you wouldn't really get the concept that this doesn't teleport you. It teleports the space around you. So you see the sphere. If I teleport here, it doesn't just teleport me. It brings the whole sphere with me. So that's something that isn't clear at the start of the game, but then as you realize, as you play, then you realize, oh, it's actually teleporting the whole space. And the size of the space varies from teleporter to teleporter. So you can see here, I brought the whole sphere with me. And I expect by moving that sphere, it has cleared a path on the other side. So I'm gonna take this one back. Because where's the lever? There it is. The teleport scenes are trippy. Daxriel, welcome to the stream. You must be new to Obduction because this is what we see a lot. Especially now, the puzzles are based on this teleport screen. So, on this side, now that I've moved that sphere to the other world, it opens up something behind it. You see that? So, this hallway was the cave hall before. And now we have this. We could teleport this whole thing over, which might open up another path on the other side of this, or it might actually open up another path on the other side, on the Hunrath side. So I don't know what this is gonna do. Okay, so you see we brought this whole sphere over. This little bit has teleported back here, which might not be what we want to do. But it seems like having this sphere on this side is not a useful thing to have. But what I could do is I still have this. I can teleport back using this one. It might have opened up something on the other side. Yeah, I'll go for another like 10 minutes, just sort of figure out this segment. Then we'll bring it to a close for today. So I've now brought the sphere back here, so I think this is now a dead end. Right? Yeah. So I have to teleport this sphere back to the stone rocky bit. And then come back here, because now the whole big sphere should be gone. So there might be a path all the way through. Right? Right. Okay, so I'm back here. So now both spheres are here. You see there's a big sphere and a small sphere. We've dumped both of them onto that area. And that's a dead end, so we're not losing anything there. So now we can take this one back. It shouldn't matter which one we take back. Welsian core. You could easily get lost or confused, yeah. You have to like keep all of the... It's very spatial. The whole theme of Obduction is everything connects and all these little paths, they're all connected. And you have to be able to recognize what is and isn't a path. Bridges are paths, yes, but holes in walls are also paths. Look at that. We have a hole all the way through. Ah, fantastic. And you also have to start recognizing patterns, like that pattern there, that's the same little shape on the little teleporters. So this is an elevator. That should be the elevator call button. But what's through? Huh. This looks different. A dead end. Might not be a dead end, but like you have to understand, this is probably a path, and that's probably a door. You know, it looks like a wall, but it's a door, and it can be opened. I'm guessing, most likely it is. So we have this. Does it go up or down? And it goes up. This is a rotating thing. Ah, there we go. It was a door. This was shown on that piece of paper. I think it was called the Gauntlet. What's this? Yeah, there we go. right, left and right, right. Your task will be to reset all the locks in the gauntlet before being podded. Reset all the locks. Well, let's push a button to see what it does. Rotates the whole thing. So we enter from this side. How do we rotate the middle spheres? Or the middle circles? So in all configurations, oh, there's a little teleporter, not a lock thing over there. It's not part of this. So this just leads to that dead end, right? Yeah, so just to make sure I'm seeing this correctly, this should open up a small path into an immediate wall. Yep, small path to an immediate wall. Now can this go down? It can totally go down. Can it go down again? No. Okay, so that's the elevator call button. That's fine. And what do we have here? Does this rotate? It's a teleporter. So this must teleport to somewhere that we can rotate it. Welsian Core asks, how many places are there? Hunrath, the Rocky, the Jungle? There should be one more, because all the places are swapped with somewhere else. So you can see like the stone world, the rocky place, was swapped with the jungle world. So there's a section of the rocky world that's placed in the jungle world. That's why outside, like if you looked outside the rocky world, you see the jungle. If you look outside the jungle world, you see the rocks. So Hunrath is part of Earth, and outside is this all that purple rocky, the purple landscape, right? Which means on the purple world there is on Earth there is a section of the purple world. So the purple world is somewhere which should exist. We can assume exists, but we've never been able to get there. Now, where are we? Oh, we're in this area that we were looking down before. That's our shadow. Okay. So there should be a way to rotate what we've just teleported. Right? Two different ways here. Okay, let's have a look around. I have a feeling we're still under the scrapyard. Ah, here we go. This is the door we were looking at before. So you got to keep these mental connections. So this connects to the bridges. See? It's that sort of mental spatial thing. And like I explained earlier, I have good directions when I'm walking, bad directions when I'm driving. So this is pretty much walking. So I'm a loading screen. Okay, to go this way. It's still loading. Is it done? It's done. Oh, good. Let's have a look. This opens another door. Fantastic. This is on the other side of the river. Oh, fantastic. And can we finally... Oh, this leads to the other side of the river. And I still haven't seen if there's a way to rotate this thing. Oh, it has to load every time you go between these two areas? They're two different segments. Huh. Oh, it loaded much faster going back this way. Okay, so we have to figure out how to rotate this thing. But I don't see any rotating mechanism. Am I missing like another staircase down or something? Like, is there... Like, that's the path on top. This is the teleporter below, which we can use to go back when we want to. Okay. And out this way is the other side of the river, which we definitely want to explore. Okay. But I think we're good for now. I think this is a good place to end it. We've made so much progress. We've torn through the jungle world. There has... Oh wait, there's a button right there. Oh, what does this do? Rotating mechanism, found it. Did it. We won. But that's gonna cause complications of how to get back in, right? I mean, or... Did it just... Oh no, there are 3 entrances here. Okay. Okay. Figured it out. This is the last big puzzle. I'm almost done. Well, I'm gonna have to finish it next weekend. Because I'm not gonna go for the whole, oh, you're almost done, and then you keep going and it's like another 3 hours. But I'm gonna bring it to a close now. So if I'm almost done, next Sunday is gonna be the finale of Obduction. I thought I was halfway through because we're supposed to be connecting trees, and we've brought 2 trees back to life. Then we gotta bring the jungle tree back to life, for sure. I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. And then there's supposed to be the 4th tree, so... Yeah. There's about 2 hours left? Okay, perfect. So we should be able to finish next weekend. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We made so much progress. There was almost no downtime in today's stream. We've not only gone through the rainforest world, I've gone and activated the loading screen again. We have also reached the other side of the river, which there is a cave, and I'm gonna look at that cave, and that cave is underneath the scrapyard. And I remember very early on in the game, I used the minecart to shoot a laser onto a bunch of rocks, and it opened up that cave, and I've been wondering what's inside that cave for ages, for weeks now. I've been wondering what's inside. So we're gonna find out next weekend on Sunday. Alright, thank you so much for joining. Next Saturday, more Age of Empires 2. We're going through the France campaign. And I'm gonna finish off the France campaign, and by the time that ends, we will have Civ 6. And I'll be streaming a lot of Civ 6 as soon as I can, depending on what time it releases. The Civ 6 stream will not be at the usual time. It'll be whatever time the game releases for me, which is usually games release a few hours after they release in America. So I don't know what... It would be the October 21st, 22nd. I don't know. Sometimes games release later in different regions. I don't know why. It's digital. Just release it all the same. I don't know. Legal stuff, I suppose. But that's it for now. Thank you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.